Hi everyone, it's Saul Maraney from Johannesburg, South Africa. And today I'm very pleased and proud to have on the phone and on my call Lee Pennington. Lee's a young guy, he's 36 years old and he lives close to Liverpool in the UK. And I've been following Lee, he's brought out some amazing products, just come out with a brand new product called OneSoci that recently won the product of the day on JV Zoo. So Lee, thank you so much for talking to me today, I really do appreciate it.
No, thank you, Saul, for actually inviting us again. And he's grateful for us inviting us on the show.
My pleasure, Lee. So I met you a few months ago in Liverpool, and yeah, it's just amazing to see how well you've done. I've been following your progress, and I can see that you've really come out with amazing products. This last product, the OneSoci, is just amazing. There's nothing like it on the market. Can you tell us quickly who Lee Pennington is and how have you been able to achieve so much in such a short period of time?
Yeah, of course I can. I probably started like most people, your viewers, and probably yourself. Got into affiliate marketing, kind of bought every product out there, lost a lot of money, didn't make any sales, and then I kind of found Facebook ads. And fortunately, I started to get quite good at Facebook ads, and then I started to make quite a few sales for affiliates. And before I knew it, I was actually creating my own first info product, which was showing people how to do Facebook ads. And then I actually went on from there up to the point now where we started to create actual and develop software. So it's been a steady progression through the last couple of years. Very kind of new to the market. Probably launched our first products about 14 months ago. But if you do get it right and if you do get those good relationships going, you can grow very fast in this market space. And especially as I do this on a part-time basis. I have a full-time job here in the UK as a firefighter, and on my days off I actually do this. So yeah, it works very well hand in hand, and that's kind of my story.
Wow, so you're a firefighter full time, which is amazing, and it's very noble work. And you started to do the internet marketing, and you said that you were going, you were buying products, and then you realized that you were pretty good at the Facebook, and you started sharing those strategies. And how with like your OneSoci that you brought out now, and you've come out with those different products like the hotspots. How did you know that there would be a demand for this sort of product? What made you realize that there was this demand, and then you went down the route of creating these advanced products?
Yeah, I think with any kind of product, and everybody will say the same thing. You've got to try and obviously solve a problem, and problem that people have. The vast majority of our products are always about getting engagement, getting more people interacting with what you are actually doing, which in turn gets more people on your list, generates more sales, earns more commissions, gets more leads, and not only kind of what we want, but actually talking to our customers and finding out what their problems are and whether we can solve them. And that's the biggest thing. As long as you can solve a problem that people have, then there will be a need for the products.
Wow, that's exactly what I've seen and what I've heard. I mean, I've spoken to Karthik, who's a good friend of mine, and Chad Nicely, and these guys. I know that you involved with them as well. And I've always heard that when they create their products, and now I'm hearing it from you, it creates it solves one specific problem. And in terms of like your coding and how have you teamed up with a team of people that help you code these products? How do you create the actual products? I'm interested to know.
Yeah, and again, I couldn't do this without my team. Okay, I've generally 99% of the time, in fact, I always do launches on my own. I have done a partnership in the past, but the last 3-4 launches have all been on my own, and I wouldn't be able to do it without having the right team members. So we outsource a hell of a lot of the work. I'm constantly in contact with them. So even when I'm sleeping, the work's going on. Even when I'm working, the work's going on. And it's all about finding the right team members to actually fit into your team that work well and communicate well, because that's the big thing, because everything's done online. Communication is massive. So we probably outsource between 70 and 80% of all the work. Everything like the webinars, the sales pages, the videos, obviously that's down to me and the ideas. But I'm kind of, let's say, the manager of a team, and then the team produce what I ask them to produce.
Wow. Okay, that's great. So you've got the right team around you. The communication's so important. And my personal feeling is that I think that you've done tremendously well. Just because I've been following you and I know the market pretty well. I mean, I've been also involved with this for a long time. Is that I think that it's your personality that comes through. You're an excellent teacher. I've been on quite a few webinars with you, and I think that it makes a difference because people like you, and you're one of the up and coming young guys. In terms of your mindset, Lee, and how you're able to do so well, and the statistics with people that come online and want to make money with internet marketing is quite small, the amount of people that actually succeed, and you're one of the few that have succeeded, and you've had some just amazing home runs, including your last product. How would you say that you managed to have that mindset, that winning mindset, and how have you been able to remain focused, especially having your family and the firefighting job that consumes so much of your time?
Yeah, and again, a good question. I mean, there are sacrifices. There's no two ways about that. There's a lot of commitment that needs to go in. Anyone who says that, they're not working hard and they're making a lot of money, then I'd love them to show me how to do that. Because even with a team around me, I still have to work extremely hard and put a lot of time and effort in. But it's not kind of seen as a job. I don't see it as a job because I actually love doing it. I love both sides. I love doing my full-time job and I love this as well. And with regards to the mindset, it's knowing that I will achieve what I want to achieve. However, I do know that I'm going to fail at some things. Not everything is a success. It's just about making it more successful things happen than the more failures. But the other thing as well, with regards to failures, I think failure is a strong word. You just need to look at it and realize that if you can learn from that, mistake, not make it again, and actually grow bigger, then definitely I believe that's the right mindset to have. The other thing as well is that I think it's the people who kind of fail at something and don't even start. You buy a product, you buy, an info product, you buy actual software, but don't actually use it and don't incorporate it into your own business. So it's about knowing that yes, you are going to fail. Numerous occasions, I still do and make mistakes. But if I hadn't made all those mistakes, I would have never got to this point. And that's the big thing. We are going to make mistakes. It goes without saying.
Right. No, you're 100% right. And I think that, if you look at my JVZoo account, I've bought so many different products and I've tried to implement most of them. I haven't implemented all of them, I'll be honest. But as you say, I think there's no bigger shame of buying a product and not using it. And, people don't get going. I've got my start more the Warrior Plus and Warrior Forum, and I've read statistics there that they say like 82 or 83% of people literally get lost on the way back to their inbox and never even try out the product. And if you do implement it and you do work it, what you're saying is that you've got a much better chance of seeing success. And if you enjoy it, what you do, it comes through. And I think that also, I mean, do you come from a background of teachers? Are your parents teachers or anything? Just because I've always admired your teaching style, and I like the way that I've been on quite a few webinars with you. That's so important. Your communication skills need to be so important, and even like with the sales letters and the testimonials, it's, people see so many different products online all the time. So is that something that just comes naturally easy to you, your communication, or have you worked particularly hard on that as well?
Yeah, I mean, some people would disagree with you and say my communication isn't the best because of my accent from the UK, but that's just one of those things. With regards to communication, I think I've always been kind of able to speak to people. I don't use terminology which kind of baffles people because it baffles me. So I'm very much kind of a straight talking person. If you come on the webinars, we try to cut away all the BS. We will promote products, we will recommend products because at the end of the day we're affiliate marketing, we'd want you to make money with them. When I left school, I went into football, or it was a US soccer, so I went straight into football, professional football till about 20, and then just semi-pro, and then I was a coach when I left football. So maybe that has come through with regards to, I have done coaching at a high level. But I think anybody who's worried about kind of doing any info products or doing any webinars, just take the plunge. You know, if you would have asked me 14 months ago, would I be on a webinar with hundreds of people, being able to speak to them and answer questions, and I would have completely laughed you out of the room and said, no, I won't be able to do that. But just actually doing it and realizing that once you start, you may be good at it, and that's the big thing.
Well, you've come a long way. I mean, I do remember you from your early webinars, and you're certainly improving each time. And you know, I'd like to get onto this the product, the OneSoci, just so we can discuss it and give people a bit of a taste for what the product is. As I say, there's nothing else like it on the market. But you know, what you're saying is 100% true. Is that maybe you'll be good at it, and maybe you know, you've got the UK accent, I've got the South African accent. Obviously, a lot of the guys are from the US, but it also makes you unique. So your accent is part of who you are, and people are looking to connect online. And from the first moment that I came across you, I really enjoyed your style, and I enjoyed your teaching style, and it's made a big difference. So I just want to thank you for that. And let's talk about OneSoci, your brand new product that you brought out. Can you give us you know, an idea, like the rationale for releasing the product, and then we can briefly just discuss that, so anyone that's watching this interview may want to check it out for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, OneSoci is a total kind of Facebook management platform system. So basically, it allows you to manage your Facebook pages and groups online. Now, with regards to Facebook management, you know, you'll have seen all the kind of posters out there. Now, this allows you to grab content. It allows you to add the content to any of your pages and any of your groups, but also it allows you to manage your posts in the fact that it's got its own graphics editor. You can update your cover photo. One of the big kind of undervalued parts of the Facebook page is the cover photo, and people don't like to change it because it takes time. They have to go over to Fiverr. They have to, you know, do it in Photoshop, but the actual graphic editor allows you to do that. It's also got the ability to be able to design ads in the software, again with the 20% text rule. And basically you could create your own post, add your own affiliate links, promote to other websites, and like I say, it's a total Facebook management software.
Right, so it's a total management software for Facebook, as you say, and inside there you're able to look at your different fan pages that you've got, and even your personal page, and you're able to you know, create the different images. In terms of if someone didn't have this product, I mean, they're still able to do the functions that you cover in the course and in the software, but that would be more of like they would need to do it manually, so it would take up a lot more of their time. Is that correct?
Yeah, massive amount of time. I mean, if you look at any kind of Facebook pages, and if you've got any Facebook pages, and if you go into kind of the page insights and look at regards how well pages are performing against your pages, because Facebook does categorize you and puts you in ranking order, and you can actually look at other pages, and you'll notice the ones that have got the biggest reach, the biggest engagement, are posting, you know, sometimes 8 times a day. Now, that's on one single page. That's a lot of time to post. Number one, to find the content, unique content, and content that your fans, your people who like your page, are going to like, share, and comment on. And that's just one. So within the software, you can manage multiple fan pages and groups also. So it's a massive time saver. And obviously, with that engagement, with that interaction, you're going to get organic traffic as well. And with one of the actual memberships, you can do this for your clients, so you can create a total Facebook agency through the software.
Right. Oh wow. So you're able to have that agency capability of being able to do this for your clients, and I think that there obviously are just a tremendous amount of companies out there that are looking for these skills, and you know, your software does make that available. So in terms of for someone that logs into your, you know, picks up your product, it's still very, I think it's about $27 at the moment. I know that it's going to be going up, but in terms of they would purchase access to it, and then you got inside the training videos. How complicated is it to work out your, you know, the OneSoci, and from purchasing it to be able to start implementing it? How complicated is it for anyone that's watching and that's scared that maybe they're not going to be able to work it out once they get the inside.
Yeah, I mean, everything, once you see the software, you'll realize that we've really concentrated on customer, number one, the ease that they can use the software, and also the look and feel of it. We have the training videos in there. Everything is one touch. The graphic editor is drag and drop. We've looked at our other products. We've realized what people want. People want ease. People want simplicity. That's exactly what we've created this software to be able to do. It shouldn't be a case that when you log into a software, you find things difficult to do. Everything should be at the touch of a button, and we try to simplify everything as we possibly can, so nobody at all should have any problems whatsoever.
Great. So for, just to put it in a nutshell, so for someone that purchased OneSoci, they'll go over to the sales page, and there's just a tremendous amount of proof. There's a nice video with you, and I think you set the stage very nicely in terms of the sales page. I went to it last week, and I was able to tell, like, in a few moments exactly what the product does. Sometimes it's complicated sales pages and there's too much on and you can't really see exactly what it does, but from what we've said now, and you showed very nicely on the OneSoci website exactly what people are going to be getting and the capabilities. I mean, for someone like that purchases it and wants to start getting stuck in, say they purchased it on a Monday or Tuesday, how long do you think it would be realistically possible to be able to start implementing OneSoci into their business and start seeing some results?
Immediately. I mean, I can quite happily show you the software and show you how easy it is. You can do a screen share of that and just go over to the software. It really is a case of, as soon as they buy the product, they'll actually get the login details, and as soon as they get the login details, they're good to go.
Okay, awesome. Would you mind sharing your screen if you can, so that you can just give us a brief tour of the inside, what it looks like, and then we can just go through some of the things that OneSoci is going to enable everyone to be able to do. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, just let me know when you can see my screen now.
I can. Yes, I can see it.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the dashboard, and this is the dashboard that everybody will be able to log into. Now, as you can see, we've started with posts, cover photos, and ads. Again, keeping everything simple and easy to be able to find. We'll start with posts. On the left-hand side, you actually choose the page that you would want to actually put the post to. Very easy. Again, I just choose one of my pages. Everybody has pages. I've got exactly, in fact, I've lost count of how many I've got, but you're setting up any kind of ads, you do any kind of Teespring, CPA offers, you're going to need your Facebook pages. So with regards to posts, okay, on the post, we've got Discover Posts, we've got the Post Designer, we've got the Manage Posts. We go to Discover Posts. Now, this works basically on keywords, so any niche that you are in, there's no limitations to the keywords. Obviously, you need content on the internet to be able to grab content, but let's say, for instance, I don't know, we'll just put in fact, I've just done a case study on GoPro, so we'll choose GoPro. Now, it's going to grab back the most viral, trending articles on the internet at this present time with regards the information. So, we can choose all these posts. The beauty about being able to choose the post is you don't have to be worried about, let's say, any other scheduler out there where it just grabs content and you don't know whether it's going to be relevant to the Facebook page that you have, because your keyword could bring up some content that, like I said, wasn't relevant. So we select the post. Now, on here, we can post it straight away, which would post now, or we can go through to the scheduler and actually choose the time, the date, whether it be tomorrow, next year, and actually post it for then. We can also, I'm just going to shut that, choose from here again if we've got the wrong page that we want to post to. Again, the software also lets you do the groups that you have. Okay, again, you can post your groups. You could just post the image. You could change the image very easily just by uploading an image. I'll just shut that down because I don't want to do that. And then we can add different text. But if, for instance, now I was going to post that now, okay, now that's telling me anything. I can actually go over and see how it looks. If I click here, it'll take me over to Facebook. Okay, and that's what I've just posted just now. So it does post. I don't have to look, but that's just to show you that it does actually post. Now, what I can also do is this content I can quite happily set up a week, 2 weeks, a year, whatever it may be, but I can also create my own post designers. So with regards each one, you know, you've got loads of templates in here depending on the actual membership that you have. But if we chose one of the templates, one of the done for you templates, I can change everything dead easy without having to actually go in and change any code. I can move it. Okay. I can change the fonts. If I want to change the fonts, hundreds and hundreds of different fonts within the software. Just change that quickly. Okay, I can change the color. Just choose red. I could add in some shapes. So let's say, for instance, this would go into Facebook. There's over 500 actual logos in here. I can change Facebook, choose one, put it there. Everything's got the drag and drop. Simply change that. Change the color if I wanted to. Let's just change it to yellow. Okay, that easy to do. Maybe that I don't want the background, so I go into the backgrounds. Maybe that I'm an internet marketer, just choose that backgrounds. Maybe that I'm a photographer. You know, everything, like I say, there's no need to have to worry about going over and getting your own graphics people involved, because you now have the ability to be able to do that. And I simply go to continue, and then I could choose the page that I'm going to post to or the group. Again, either through the scheduler or at this exact time. So I'm just going to delete that because I don't want to actually just go back. Now, with regards manage post, what that will allow me to do is actually all the posts that I have queued up, I can actually go in those and manage them. It may be that I've queued up kind of information to go 4 weeks down the line, and then it may become not relevant anymore. I simply go into the schedule poster and change that. Or I can create a post entirely from scratch. I can add in video. We all know how powerful video is at the moment. Add a YouTube link, a Vimeo link, and again, choose to post it now and drip feed my content at the time that I want. Now, the other thing that we realize is, because we have so many fan pages, that and this is kind of a poor fan page. I'll choose a different one because I was just playing around with that. Let's just choose this one. This is one of our last software. We realized that this is prime kind of advertisement. This now you'll know yourself, Saul. If you go in some of the JV groups that we're in, they'll charge you money to actually appear on here because it's the first thing that people see. People engage with that. People will see the offers. So if you've got a local business or if you're promoting something on your page, let people know about it. Tell them that you're having a discount. Tell them about a product or service that you have. But people don't do that because it takes time. You've got to get an image, add the content, add the text, upload it. Well, with the actual software, you go to edit cover photo. Again, I'll just choose one of the logos. I'll just choose this one. Now, again, everything can be changed. I won't go through everything, but I can look also how it will look on my page. So as you can see, that's exactly what it'll look at on my page. It may be that I've put some text and it's going to cover the likes and the shares or the image. And then when I went to continue, okay, I could publish it. In fact, what we'll do, I'll do it one that's not live so you can actually see it. I can actually do it. In fact, we'll do it for the dog one, Rottweiler. Okay, edit cover photo. Just shut that down and let me just choose. Okay, so
great. So what you're showing us, Lee, is that basically, I like your function. It's amazing that you are able to put in those keywords so we can find viral traffic, articles that have proven already to be viral, so you don't need to be spending all that time to search on it. You can then post it immediately, or you can post it further on, so it could be like in a day or two or in a month or whenever you want, and then you're able to also adjust those images from inside OneSoci, so you don't need to go and pay someone a $5 or waste time on that. You could change those images or just use the images that you want. You can also change. You could put like your affiliate link, and you can change all of that text. Then you're giving us that ability to be able to change the cover photos, inside of the different Facebook pages in almost in real time. So you can choose one of your pre-made templates, and then we can adjust it and edit all the different elements on there. So that saves a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next part on the Facebook ads?
Yeah, the Facebook ads. So again, I'll just come out of this. So in the ad designer, again, we're giving mock-ups with regards actual ads that you can use, change anything, like I say, dead easy to do, just make it bigger, drag and drop. But the other thing we've realized as well is that how would you normally create your ads? Well, you'd have a product, you'd create the ad. If you wanted to put some text on, then you'd go over to Facebook, to the actual the 20% ad text ad tool that they have, realize that the text was wrong. So within the software you can actually do it yourself. So you can put the grid over the software, like you can see. Now if I was going to add some more text, okay, and then I was starting to write, okay, just put some more text with regards it, and then what it does, if I put too much, it lets me know that I've exceeded the maximum allowed limit for text on your ad. So I don't obviously want that, so I could shut it down. Okay, so I could delete that. And then what I could do then, I could actually have it and download it dead easy. So with regards to the text tool, let me just come back into that and show you another one. Okay.
Nice. So you got the 20%. You got the 20%. You got that 20% rule taken care of, and I've also wasted so much time going in between Facebook and back and forth and back and forth. But here you're able to show exactly, so we know from the beginning if it's going to exceed that 20% rule. In terms of those templates, that are those proven templates for Facebook ads? I mean, what have you decided to add those templates?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot with Facebook ads with regards knowing about what's been working well for us, and we've kind of implemented the same strategy, same design behind those successes and put them into the software. You're not limited to using just the templates. The templates are there to maybe allow you to use and change as you want to match the needs of the products or the service that you are promoting. The other thing with regards the graphic editor, because you can actually use the graphic editor, and when you use the graphic editor, you can download the actual images. It means that you're not limited just to Facebook to be able to design actual whatever it may be that you want to design. How would you do that normally? You go over to Photoshop, to GIMP if you wanted a free one, but this allows you to have that complete drag and drop and being able to create these stunning timeline campaigns and cover photo campaigns. And the other thing about it is where you can upload your own images. So it may be that you want to upload your own images, and again, once your image is uploaded, you can add all this content to it very, very easily with a drag and drop. Okay.
Very nice. So am I right in saying that those are the three main functions within OneSoci, that you're able to do those posts, and then you're able to change the Facebook cover picture or in your picture, and then you're able to do the ads, the ad creator, and then you've also got the nice built-in analytics, so we can see who's clicked on those ads and how they're performing with one glance when we come into the software.
Exactly, yeah. Once you've done a post, you can look at how it is how it's with the analytics of looking how well it's performed. Even the cover photo, it'll grab a data from my cover photo, go into your page again to see what has improved on your page. And yeah, it works well. We've got users in now using it, getting some amazing kind of feedback from that. And also with regards, we fully support any products if anyone does have any issues, because at the end of the day, it is a software. There are totally, there's loads and loads of different operating systems out there. If anyone had any issues, you can go directly to the support from within the software. We have video tutorials within here. And like I said, with regards to support desk, we're creating basically full FAQs. If we can't answer it through the FAQs, then you hit up support and support will get back to you and sort it out. And again, like most things, if there's something wrong with the software that you don't like or it wasn't met your needs, we will refund you. There's a 30-day refund period with the software as well. I'll come back over now, sure.
Okay, awesome. So, look, I can see why you say it's the all-in-one social management for Facebook, and I know that a lot of the bigger social players, there's a lady called Bonnie Sainsbury and a few of the other, like top 10 Facebook and Twitter people out there. I know for a fact that they are all scheduling their content. They don't just wake up in the morning and haphazardly post. You're actually giving us that ability, and I think for the one-off costs, I mean, this is a great deal because I've looked at Buffer, I've looked at a whole lot of different ones, and they're all expensive to use. And I mean, there's nothing that you can get on in terms of a one-off cost. And as you say, as well, is that you're able to design stuff, and it doesn't need to be just for Facebook. It could be for other stuff. So when you set up, just so for everyone that's clear, when the first time that we enter the software, how do we connect it up to our Facebook that it will talk to Facebook? Are there settings within the software that allow it that? And I think for people that are watching, I mean, I've got quite a broad subscriber base. Some people are into Facebook, but I also do a lot of stuff in CPA. In terms of Facebook rules and the terms of services, can people be rest assured that you've checked that out and it's not going against any of their services? This.
Yeah, again, perfectly legitimate questions that everybody will want to know. With regards setting up, with regards the way that the platforms talk to each other, Facebook and OneSoci, once you log in, you will get told exactly what to do, and it's a case of clicking a button and then giving approval for OneSoci to be able to post to your fan pages and to your groups. With regards to terms and conditions, the software has to be approved by Facebook. So what you do with regards to developing any software to do with, let's say, Facebook API, you develop the software, you create a test account, and then what you do is you send it over to Facebook, and Facebook then has to approve the application. If Facebook didn't approve the application, we wouldn't have a software. So everything is within Facebook terms and conditions. The other thing about it as well is that there are about 4 or 5 APIs within the software, so all of them had to be approved. So it's not just let's say a one-trick pony. It's a software that, like, it is that total Facebook management, and the only way that we've been able to bring it to market is by getting that approval from Facebook. If anything changed, they would let us know straight away, because Facebook, as you know, do change things quite a lot.
Right, and how was it? I mean, just sort of a matter of interest. I know that we won't keep you much longer because I know that you're busy. But was it difficult to get that approved by Facebook? Or how was that process? Just sort of a matter of interest. Did you need to come and change certain things, or were they happy with it? Because I know Facebook are not always so simple to deal with.
Yeah, we're getting quite good at it. When we first started, it was quite a lengthy process, and they are very kind of stringent on what they will allow and what they won't allow. And they do test the software as well. They go in, they use it, they make sure that, at the end of the day, they're a business Facebook. They have shareholders and so on, so they need to keep them happy. The only way to do that is by keeping the users on their platform happy. So they're not going to allow any old rubbish to be approved. So basically, you send the documentation in, they'll either approve it or they'll come back and say that it needs some changes. You go back and make the changes. They may say it's right, or they may even actually disapprove it and give you the reasons why. So there has been a little bit of that where you do need to change things, and like I said, because it's got more than one API, it was a little bit trickier, but the team now are very, very good at doing that. They know the documentation they need to send, and they know how to put it together. And if we need to change something, the people that we have on board can change it to meet the needs of Facebook.
Right, interesting. So, and just a matter of interest, because I've never asked you this question, but I was wondering, actually yesterday, before we spoke, are your team of designers, are they like in India? Are they overseas? Where, for anyone that's watching and that also wants to, perhaps go down, like they think they as inspired by you as I am. How do you suggest that one starts to search for a developer and create that relationship? Do you start off on something like Elance and then move off Elance, or just because it's not some. I had a team that built my blog, and it's the second team I'm using. The first one wasn't great, but these guys are excellent. How have you found such great partners, and how have you I mean, for someone that's going down that route, even for myself, maybe in the future, I'd love to also get into SaaS and that. What, just as a brief overview, how would you suggest that we find people that can come up with the coding and come up with the end vision like we want?
Yeah, and it's not been without kind of issues with problems. You know, we've been through a few staff members. I think one of the things is number one, starting. Don't kind of just jump into it with both feet and get a full development team. You know, graphics people, support, so on and so on. You have to start with the first person that I got was a support worker, and we built from there. A lot of people look at this industry and think they're going to make $1 million overnight and it's going to be a fast, rapid thing. You have to kind of learn, or what I say is kind of do an apprenticeship, and it's up to you how fast you go through that apprenticeship. We've gone through it quite quickly, and we've built very, very quickly with the staff members that we have. But we do use Elan's, Odesk, Jobs, PH, you know. We've got team members from the Philippines, from India, from the UK, really kind of, let's say, wide variety of different nations within the Lead 7 community, the team. But a fantastic thing that I ensure is that when we get somebody, we'll set them a task. Even before they come into the team, we'll put them on a 2-week kind of trial. We'll make sure that everything's done through tracking software, so all the hours are tracked. And they know how it's going to work. And we can also, one thing that you need to be doing as well, especially in the first few weeks before that trust element is there, because there has to be a trust element. At the end of the day, they're working for you, you're paying them, but you actually check on the work that they're doing. Have regular meetings with them. If they communicate with you, communicate with them back straight away, because if you don't answer their question straight away, they're waiting, they're twiddling their thumbs. With regards the people that you hire, have a look at what they've done in the past, get references, look at their previous work. Like I said, set tasks. And when I say look at their previous work, if it's a portfolio, find out how they've created that portfolio. Can you talk to somebody they've been employed for before? Really do your kind of due diligence with the people that you do hire. But we have been burnt a couple of times. We've had people who have joined the team, join the tracking, and then they've been using some kind of software that made it look like they were online all the time, and we realized that after about a week later. So yeah, you do have to do, like any kind of job, look at the CV, look at the past work, and set them a task.
Great. Well, thank you for those insights. I really appreciate it. I mean, it makes sense. You've got to trust people, so you maybe can give them a little jobs to do. Their communication is also important, so you've got to take responsibility for communicating with your staff properly. And yeah, you've given us some great pointers, so thank you very much. And you know, I really appreciate the time you've taken to speak to us, Lee. As I can see now, the OneSoci, it does particular jobs. It's not a be-all and end-all, as it's not going to do every single thing that you need in your business, but it's a great tool. And for someone that invests that $26, $27, they're going to be able to have a world-class heavyweight tool that they can start using. And I think from what I've got out, obviously seeing your progress and just watching you and to see how you're very meticulous, is that you run your business like a business, and that's so important. Is that I think so many people around the world, they treat internet marketing like a hobby. They as we said earlier, they don't sometimes implement it. They don't go through the courses. They don't take action. And look, I think we both know is that it can be lonely from time to time online, but it makes sense to be part of like the community. I saw you in Liverpool. It's the more that you do and the more success that you see, you're going to you get a lot of motivation like that. But I think that your reputation is also so important. So, I mean, your Lead 7's a great company. The hotspots, I've bought your products before. I know that they're great products, and it's, you know, if you buy a crap product from a vendor, then you worry to buy from them again. But I think that, you know, your SaaS products, I can see I've always seen that they well coded. You've got the help button in there. You've got the videos. It's just it's those few basic things that I always look for, even before I interview someone. You know, just that you can see some. You know, you'd be so surprised. But I bought look, a lot of it has been cheaper stuff like with the WordPress plugins, but you'd be surprised. There's sometimes not even a help tab there, or it's just very bulky and it's not designed well. So I think, I'll give, for anyone that's watching this, as I say, Lee's come out with a great product. It will certainly be able to help you streamline your business. It comes down to how serious you are, because you could sit and, with your different fan pages, schedule posts out and maybe put in on a Monday morning, like today's Monday, maybe a few hours work, and then you know that that's set up for the week, and then you can focus on other stuff that will make you money. And I just want to just get a quick feel for this before I ask you the final question and let you go. So you've got the basic version is what they will basically see on the website, which is that I think it's priced at around $26 or $27 right now. In terms of OTOs and the upsells, what extra capabilities does the software offer as one wants to go for an upgraded version?
Yeah, what I constantly try to do is make sure that if you get the software, if you invest in the software, you don't go into the software and think, well, I need to pay more money to get this to work, to get that to work. So virtually with everything in the software, you get that on the main. What you do get with the upgrade is the developer's license to be able to use this on clients' pages and manage. You get 30 done-for-you templates in the cover photos, 30 done-for-you templates in the ads, and 30 done-for-you templates in the actual news feed post. Now, that is 90 kind of templates, and that gives you the ability to be able to run into this and be able to create that Facebook ad agency. With the OTO 2, so there's two OTOs, the OTO 2, that is kind of a monthly subscription or a yearly payment. Now it gives you 90 brand new templates every single month going to your account, and again you get an extra 90 for actually getting in the monthly one or the yearly payment. With regard to the payment as well, let's be honest about what we're paying. So it'd be $59.95 for the OTO 1. For the OTO 2, it would be $17 a month, or a yearly payment of $97. So that's about a 52-53% saving. So there's two options there, and that's what the OTOs are.
Right. So, just to recap, for about $26 or $27, you get the basic function, and then the OTO 2 will be the more the template, so that would save you time. And if you were thinking of doing that on an agency basis, it would save a lot of time. And then the OTO 2, you'd end up having close to 1,000 templates at the end of the year, if my math served me right. And that's for stuff that's coming in all the time, and that's great. So. Lee, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me. I really do appreciate it. For anyone that's watching, guys, it's Saul Maraney. I've been talking to Lee Pennington. You're going to see there's a link here. Lee, are you closing this product down at any stage? Because I know some of these SaaS products don't stay open inevitably.
Yeah, and this is the unfortunate thing. We launched on Friday. It was only going to be a 3-day launch, but we've kept it open 1 day. So it's actually going to be closing this evening at midnight EST. And then we will look to bring it back on a monthly subscription. The time is on there now. We've got the members in there. We're getting the testimonials, and it shuts the doors about, I'd say midnight EST, but it'll probably when I wake up in the morning, which will be probably an hour later, to which I can turn it off. So yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, you heard that from Lee, and that's the way it works. A lot of these SaaS is called software as a service. A lot of these products come out as an initial offer to the market, and then they come off the market and they come back usually at a higher price and on a monthly price. So you've got an opportunity to get this now. I would strongly suggest locking it in for like $30 or whatever. You will certainly be able to make that money back, but it depends on you. It depends on how committed you are, if you're going to implement it, if it's going to be something part of your business, and how serious you are. Lee's company is not going to let you down, because Lead 7 has been around, and Lee's doing amazing stuff. If you come to this video and the offer's closed, just keep your eyes open. I'm sure it may open up at a later stage, but you've got an opportunity to have heard now from Lee Pennington, 36-year-old young guy from the UK, just doing amazing stuff. And Lee, my hat off to you. Congratulations. I mean, as you said, and we alluded to this throughout the interview, it's certainly not a simple game, internet marketing. But if you do the basics right and you fundamentally treat your business like a business and you've got the right tools and using technology properly, you're going to have a much higher chance of succeeding than someone that isn't doing that. And for Lee, for anyone that's watching this and maybe they run up 1 or 2 credit cards, or they've got family members like their wife or whoever that is, not believing in them because they have spent all this time in front of their business, their computer, and even for someone that's guilty of not implementing what they bought, just leave us with one bit of advice for that person today that really wants to make a success of themselves like yourself, and just leave us with one bit of information for that person today, please.
Yeah, well, everything that you said then I can relate to. The amount of times I had kind of arguments with my wife about the amount of hours that I was putting in online. I wouldn't kind of let her know how much money I'd spent. That was kind of a secret, which I never let her know about. But I did spend a lot of money. I lost a lot of money, and it's really hard to actually explain that that you're going to get to where you want to get. You can keep saying to your partner or even to yourself, I am going to get there, I am going to get there. But you do actually need to sometimes get some results coming in. If you keep at it, if you keep going, if you keep getting up from those failures, you will get there. And the other thing I would say as well is that there's so many people online giving free advice, showing how to do things, rather than just kind of figure it out for yourself and spend money doing that and losing money. You can get there a lot quicker by taking the advice of people who've been there and done it and seen that and will happily give you. And I'm not talking about the people who are saying, right, I need you to give me $1,000 every single month and I'll give you all my secrets. There's actually some really good content out there that are being given by some of the top guys. Study it, learn from it. If you're going to get a product, get the product, go through it, use it, implement it. And that's probably the best bit of advice that I could give.
Great. Well, Lee, thank you so much. As I repeat to say, I'm just so impressed with you, and thank you for giving me the time. When I came to Liverpool, you were one of the guys that I was the most excited to see. You went there for long, but I did catch you, and we got a picture together. And this is real life that we're talking about. Is that we all have moments. I mean, I went through a divorce. That I was in America and I fell in the subway. I had a massive operation, but it carries you through. And if you put your head down and work and take action, you are going to see success. And exactly what you're saying, Lee. So it's been a great privilege to speak to you. Thank you so much. For anyone that's watching this, if you get an opportunity to buy OneSoci, please make sure that you pick it up. Otherwise, I'll let you know when Lee comes out with his next product. And yeah, just think Lee, thank you just for being so generous with your time. I got so much out of it. I enjoyed every minute of our interview, and I just wish you and your family and your company all the best of luck in the future.
Really appreciate that. Thanks for inviting us, and thanks to your listeners as well for viewing this. Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.